evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is truly an honor to stand before you tonight. And this is such an important cause. I'm so glad to see the ones that have made it out because truly it's a commitment. Right now, I have to be honest with you. When you elected me to the board, I knew very little. I came in as a parent. I was a parent that was interested in what was going on because I had kids in the school. And I knew that the future of my family depended on the education of my children. I wanted the public schools to remain public schools because I felt like everybody deserves the opportunity to have a good education. And I became very, very fearful once I got on the board. And I started to look at the paperwork. It's different. I know my position in the community is a lot different now. Because to be honest with you, and that's what you put me there for, is to be honest with you. When I looked at the paperwork, I was scared because I saw a lot of stealing going on. There was a lot of mismanagement going on. There were funds that were placed in accounts that shouldn't have been. There were people who were in the district that were getting paid that shouldn't have gotten paid. We had people in the district that were being mistreated, and that's not right. I think when you treat people right, you get good results. We had people in the district, teachers, administrators who were afraid to speak. And me as a parent, when I would go to a parent-teachers meeting, even at Vashon and at Gateway, it would frighten me because the teachers were afraid to say something. I thought, well, how can you exist in an environment like this? You know, so I wanted to have people in the administration that allowed our teachers to feel comfortable, to feel free to do what they needed to teach our children. Our children are our future. And when you deny children, you deny our future here in the city of St. Louis. What I'm seeing is there is a move to bring in charter schools and vouchers. And what I see is if you have charter schools and vouchers, that's fine if you can afford those kinds of things. But as a parent, when I was a parent liaison and did lead inspections, I saw just the ultimate of poverty in the city of St. Louis. There are so many people here that are hurting. And they have been waiting here in the city of St. Louis for prosperity to come. And it looks like a lot of people feel like they need to keep waiting. Well, I feel like if you've stood in line a long time and you're looking for better housing, you're looking for better jobs, you're looking for a better education, then I think that your needs should come first. We should take care of the citizens who have been here first. The infighting that you think you see on the board is just, I would compare it to the Wizard of Oz. You know, there's just a smoke screen that's going on. Because I have to honestly tell you, anything that we have talked about there on the board, I have tried to do the best that I could for the interests of our children. Because, like I have said before, we love our kids. I go to the schools and I visit the schools. We had Sodexo there. They were supposed to keep our buildings clean. There are many of our buildings, and I tell you the truth. Those buildings, so many of them are filthy, and they're in disrepair. We have been double billed, triple billed, quadruple billed for things that have not been done. People are getting paybacks and kickbacks that do not deserve it. And this is not fair. Airmark has been putting out lousy food, feeding it to our children, and this is not fair. The food that a lot of our kids get at school might be the only meal that they receive. And as a mother, as a parent in the community, as a neighbor, that's only right to feed our kids. We can build baseball stadiums, we can do everything else, but can we not feed our kids and give them a good education? A good educated child is good for the city of St. Louis. That's what it is. Like I want to say, the confusion you see is manufactured. We have people on the board that love our kids and want to see the best. We want to be fair. Of course, they talked about the teachers, they talked about the administrators not doing a good job. But if you don't have the resources to do a good job, then you almost make it impossible. I passed out, or my kids passed out some literature from one school, Gateway, from the art class. She had nothing in her class. I visited the class. Yaden Middle, there were no supplies. How do you have a high school art class with no supplies? There was no money in the budget for it. We have so many classrooms that have no supplies, people. because the money has been allocated on other things. People getting paid for what they were not supposed to be getting paid for. And this is what the problem is. The city of St. Louis, I have to remind you, and I'm going to get off. I don't want to be long. I know I'm talking maybe a little too much. But what I want to say is the housing shift that's going on here in the city of St. Louis has something to do with the St. Louis public schools. Ron Jackson at our last meeting confronted me and said, you are going to be one of the people that helped close schools. And I asked him, I said, oh, you're going to make me? Okay? We have a lot of buildings, we have a lot of property. And they said that we have lost a lot of students. Well, there are reasons why we're losing students. Why do you keep tearing down a lot of affordable housing in the city of St. Louis? Where do people go? When I visit homes, we had 2 and 3 families living on top of one another. If people don't have money, where do they go? The housing has something to do with what's going on. This is a way to segregate the city. Peter Downs and I ran as a ticket. Peter's white, of course you know that, and I'm black. It doesn't matter to me. I think people of color, whatever you are, white or black, need to come together in this city and not allow the greedy to divide us, because that's not important. What's important right now is sticking together as one. And what's important now is that we are going to stick together as a team, and we are going to fight, and we are not going to give up. Thank you.